today on an all-new Dr. Phil.
When it comes to resolving conflict, all he knows is violence and aggression.
A violent husband.
5, 4.
Get ready to take care of you. Joining us now is another really good friend of mine, somebody that I have a tremendous degree of respect for, Dr. Deena Manion, who is the clinical officer of Westwind Recovery Centers. Now, Westwind provided top-notch substance use and mental health treatment, including intensive outpatient services as well as alternative and adventure therapies to ensure that each client gets individualized care. Westwind also provides supportive housing for clients to live in a tranquil setting for an optimal healing environment. Dr. Manion, thank you so much for being
Hi,
here
Dr.
today.
Phil.
Now, these two are apart right now. I don't know if they're going to get back together or not. I don't know if that is in the cards, but I do know that they have children together. So I know the rest of their lives are intertwined, whether it's as a couple, as co-parents, or whatever. And that means that Jason is going to need a skill set that he doesn't have at this point.
Hi, Jason. One of the things that struck me that you talked about was that you felt familiar and you kind of knew the rules when you were in jail and prison. You knew that if you had a conflict with someone, you would end it with some kind of physical control. Whoever wins that argument. And I think that when you talked about the happy memories and that familiarity, it sounds like that really was part of what your home life was like. So now you have this beautiful family, these beautiful children, all of these people that rely on you. And I just wonder, are you ready to change?
There's nothing more that I want than to, see them happy.
If you really want this, we're willing to take a shot and do this with you and give you the tools that you need. In addition to Westwind, which is an outpatient facility, we deal with mental health and all kinds of things that you're actually dealing with, including childhood trauma. I enlisted a company called Anger Management 818, and they're going to provide you additional training while you're at Westwind to really get in deep to these skills so that you can practice them while you're in treatment and also practice them with your family.
So Deena, what would be involved? What kind of commitment are we talking about here?
Well, I think the first thing I would love to do is have you get a full psychiatric evaluation, because I know that you are on some medication. I'm not sure it's the right medication for you, and I would want to look at that and look at psychologically kind of exactly what we're dealing with and how much of, like Dr. Phil said, this is blackout rage versus things that are in your control, and really do a full assessment of that and have you participate in individual therapy and group therapy and all kinds of interesting things that will help you kind of take the edge off, because it sounds like things have been pretty bad.
Yeah, they have for a long time.
Yeah.
Is this something that you want to immerse yourself in? Because we're going to make that offer to you and make it available to you.
I'm willing to do anything, so if that's part of it, then absolutely.
Well, this is between you guys. We don't have anything to do with this. I've just asked her here. She's agreed to generously make this available to you, and we're out of it. This is just between the two of you guys. I think it's a great time out, and I have confidence in Dr. Manion and Westwind Recovery. And Anger Management 818 is a great addition to this. I think you're wise to involve them. And I think that's great. And I want the two of you to know that children that are exposed to domestic violence, it changes who they are.
Absolutely.
It changes their brain. There's a part of their brain called HPA. It changes their hypothalamus, their pituitary, their adrenals. It actually changes the anatomy of their brain. And there can be recovery, but you need to protect your children here.
I know, Dr. Phil.
And that's why I'm glad to see that y'all have made that step. And as Robin points out, you didn't invent this problem. 3 women are murdered by their husbands or intimate partners in this country every day. And 1 in 3 women will be abused at some point during their life. So this is a big, big issue. So I'm sorry that you've gone through it, and I'm glad that you're putting an end to it. A special thanks to Dr. Deena Manion and Westwind Recovery Centers for offering to work with Jason.